This video is about ceramics, whether it's a figurine or pottery. I'm going to show you some of our eBay sales. It is most certainly fragile. Where you can see the cardboard, that means it's not full. And I bought it because I just listed these a couple of days ago. We paid $2 and sold them for $50 plus ship. I'm Vicki, and my husband Mark and I resell on eBay. And as I said, this video is about ceramics. And you know, ceramics, figurines and things like this, well, they take some care when it comes to packing. So in addition to showing you some of our sales, I'm going to show you how I packed our sales. And on top of that, I'm going to share some eBay sold comps. You know, they're kind of known as bolos, B-O-L-O, bolos, be on the lookout. I'll share those too. The first sale that I have to show you is a potpourri dish. People still buy potpourri? I thought that was something from the 70s or the 80s. This is a potpourri dish or kettle. You can see the holes on top. It's a kitchen, cotta, fragrance, potpourri kettle, kettle only, for the stovetop. And it's also known as an infuser. It was in our clearance section and it sold for $11.23 plus ship. It is most certainly fragile. Oh, I know why I put it in a bag. I can still smell potpourri from this thing. And I do not like scents. Ooh, that's strong. All right, you can see it's terracotta. I need to wrap these separately. And this is just for the finish. This is not going to do anything for protection. I don't even want this scent getting on my tablecloth. Start with some small bubble wrap. Ooh, that is strong. Am I the only one that doesn't like scents? If you're watching and you don't like a strong scent of anything, let me know. For the bottom, I'm starting with packing tape. Let me see about starting with some small bubble. I'm going to put this on top and tape it on. I think it needs a little more cushion in between. Because this is hollow and this is hollow, I'm going to put a little more cushion down in here. And tape this together. Some long tape, pushing it down. Another piece of long tape. I think that's pretty good. Let's go to some large 1/2 inch. You can see it doesn't fit. But if I take another piece and cover the top, feels pretty good. Now what size of box do I need? It's an odd size. I don't have any boxes that are perfect for it. I'm gonna have to go a little larger with this 10 by 8 by 6. Let's do a test fit. Let's try 4 air pillows. Make sure I don't get too high. That looks pretty good. 2 sheets of large 1/2 inch bubble. That's fine for the top, but I need something on the side. Got these Amazon air pillows that I've been recycling. Okay, it's floating on the air pillows. It's got a little bit too much movement in here. Do you see that? Not good. Can I stop that? Thank you label on here. Whether I did or I didn't, I'm adding another one. I don't think I did. All right, let's see if we can use this to stop the movement. Shape test is the real test. I'm good. Wouldn't you know it, the first item I showed you in this video, the potpourri dish, I couldn't find any eBay sold comps. So let's go on to the next item. It's a porcelain perfume bottle. This beautiful pink perfume bottle, I'd say it's a porcelain perfume bottle. Let's see what the end says. Simply shabby chic. We actually got a deal at Goodwill in Bristol for a change. Paid $1.99 for it. And it sold on sale for $23.96 plus ship. I'm going to wrap the cork separately. It stays in here pretty good, but I'm still going to wrap it separately. First, I'm going to put some tissue paper around it. Then some small bubble wrap. Actually, I think I'm going to use this tape. Tape the ends over just a little bit. It's not going to go anywhere. It's pretty secure in there. And then the perfume bottle, I'll wrap it in some tissue paper just to protect the finish. That's all. Nice presentation. Now I do want to protect the neck of the bottle a little better. I have some small bubble wrap end piece that I'm just going to fold 3 times. Fold it 3 times and wrap it around here. I'm going to start with some small bubble wrap because it conforms to the shape better than large. So give it 1 layer of this. And to give each piece some large bubble wrap. Will this make it? Yep. And this here, I've got this small scrap. There's my 2 pieces, 9.5 inches long. I'm going to use an eBay box. It's 12 by 6 by 6, my favorite size of box. I use this more than any other size in our inventory, our box inventory. Let's try 4 air pillows in the bottom, and we do make our own air pillows. We have an air pillow machine. And then 2 sheets of large 1/2 inch bubble, looking pretty good. Thank you label. I need some air pillows on the end. I'm going to try 1 and 1. Fold this over, see how it looks. I still have space at the top. You see that? Where you can see the cardboard, that means it's not full. Using some scrap bubble wrap up. It's good. Since the brand on the perfume bottle was simply shabby chic, and you know shabby chic is copyrighted, right? Don't use it in your titles. You can use shabby style chic, but don't use the word shabby chic because your listing will get booted on eBay. I am going to show you some eBay sold comps for simply shabby chic. Looking for a folk art jug. Well, this is a pretty big project. This next item was made in Hungary. I'm looking for a folk art jug, and it's way up here in the back. Gotta get on a step stool. There it is. It's got a face on it. Be very careful. It's different for sure. After a little dusting, it's ready to pack. Made in Hungary, MISC jug, Hungarian folk art pitcher. I bought it at the Restore, and I think I paid up for this. I think I paid $8 or so. Can't quite remember. Didn't get a whole lot out of it. It was on sale for $17.98 plus ship. I like to fill the hollow area, and I think paper is too stiff to go in here. So I'm going to go with tissue paper. I should be able to get that out by turning it upside down. Need to protect the handle, pretty big handle. Let me see about a large 1/2 inch bubble wrap. I think it's too deep for a swimming pool noodle. You know, sometimes I use those. Let's put some bubble wrap through here. Try to wrap it around and tape it to itself. It's not perfect, but it will help. I can still see a gap here. Pick another square, run it through here. I just want the handle to be supported. What I'm going for. It's just not perfect, but I'm going to wrap it in 1 sheet of packing paper. And you know what? Just ran out of packing tape, so this is a good time to show you how I change over my packing tape in my dispenser. And you can find a link for these in the description below the video. It's an affiliate link, and you pay the same price that we do, and every penny helps. It helps support our channel. I need some tape. The easiest way to change the tape is to take your new roll of tape and take the holder, leave the cardboard on it right now. This is the empty spool. Line it up, line the cardboard spool to the cardboard, and start, well, lay it on a table, flat surface, and start pushing this down. It will only go so far because it's going to hit the table. Remove this and push it the rest of the way through until it's flush on both sides. And I do toss these because they're too heavy for my boxes. I can't get any use out of these. Maybe you can, but I don't. This is an industrial tape dispenser. The blades are very, very sharp. Be very careful. Never let children around this. I've cut myself a few times when I'm not paying close enough attention. I'm just going to get started here. It wasn't meant for masking tape. That was my idea a long time ago. And masking tape is so much less expensive than shipping tape. So I have two of these, one for shipping tape, one for masking tape. Time for some bubble wrap. I'm going to put a half sheet down through the center where the seam between the two 12-inch squares meets. I hope I can get this done before I run out of bubble wrap. 2 and 2. 2 one direction, 2 the other direction. Fold this up first. I have to hold this down a little bit because I work on a tablecloth for the videos, so that's why I have to be extra careful. And my table moves around a little bit. Tucking this in and pulling this up over. I guess I could have left more on this side. It's a little shorter than the other side. Getting a hold of this on the bottom first with my tape. Tucking this in and pulling it up. As long as you get it taped up together, how you do it, it's up to you. I just show you how I do it. This is my way. You can do it your way, for sure. Okay, let's get a measurement of this thing. How big have I gotten here? It looks pretty big. 12 by about 9. Little scrap of cardboard. 12 by 9 by highest end 6. 12, 9, 6. I just said this was 12, 9, 6. 12 by 9 by 6. I have a box that's 12 by 10 by 8. I think I can make this work. Let's do a test fit. I can put air pillows on the bottom. 4 in the bottom and a couple along the sides. I'm gonna make it with my bubble wrap. I mean, I'm not going to run out. I have more in the garage. But this is looking pretty pathetic here, but I'm gonna make it work. Going to make it work. See how that's moving? We need to fix that. First, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'm going to add some more air pillows to the sides. I lift up a little bit, and the ends need a little something, but I can't fit air pillows. I am down to the last little horrible pieces on the end of the roll. I'm going to just stuff these down in the ends. Try to use it all. Some more end pieces. I would never try to wrap in something this bad, but it's fine for filler. Okay, I think I need one good sheet on top. Do I? Kinda? Oh good, I found one good sheet in my stash. Piece of cardboard where they cut open. Shake test. It's good. I didn't find a lot of eBay sold comps for this MISC jug, but I have a few. Do you sell lamps? I try to only pick up the smaller table lamps, and this one has a nautical theme, which I'm finding out can sell pretty well. Nautical themes. Okay, it looks pretty good, and it's cute, and I bought it because it's nautical, it's a seahorse, it's a lamp, it's decor, it's multifunctional. Figurine, lamp, decor, check. We bought it at Goodwill, paid $4.99. And it's sold on offer for $40 plus ship. Not too bad. You often see me wrap figurines with tissue paper. Well, this is a pretty big project, so I'm not sure tissue paper is going to go very far. So I have some small bubble wrap, and I'm going to cut this into 3 sections. Try to get a straight line here. 3 different sections. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to fold it in half so it's double layered, and I'm going to start wrapping around the fragile areas, which is the entire thing except for the base. The base is pretty good. So I'm going to give this a wrap, and I'm going to need some packing tape to hold this. Another piece, fold it in half. Another piece folded in half. This time I'm coming up over the top of the snout. Do seahorses have a snout? 2 pieces of small bubble, cutting into 3s. I'm pulling it fairly taut. I don't want it to, you know, come loose or anything. Make sure the tape is pressed down. And I like to wrap the cord separately just to make sure it can't scratch anything. I'm more concerned about the prongs of the cord, you know, the electrical part, than I am the rest of the cord. So that's the first layer. Got it pretty well protected here. But we need some large bubble wrap. And I'm going to take one sheet, one square, large 1/2 inch, and I'm going to tape these together and bring this around and tape it. Whenever you have something that is narrow here and wider here, like the base, it's a good idea to try to square it up. So I'm going to do that a second time. Taping these two together because I don't feel like opening up my 24-inch wide. I don't have a good place to store it. And let's start this one from the front. Pulling it taut, not, you know, pressure, but taut. Now I do have the top part here, and I have some scrap bubble wrap I've been trying to use up. Got some tape on it, so I'm going to cut the tape off. It doesn't stick to itself. I'm going to see about using this. Trying to make use of everything. I could even put this down over the top. Just tape it. Kind of bring this in together. The idea is to have everything protected. We've got a long piece of tape now. This is what we've got so far. Not quite square all the way around, but pretty good. I have 2 sheets of large 1/2 inch bubble. I have the seam here where I have some flattened bubbles. That's pretty normal. I'm putting another piece on the diagonal. Let's see how this lays down on here. I have to decide. I think I'm going to put the cord, yeah, I think I'm going to put it to one side. And then I have 2 sheets of large 1/2 inch I'm going to lay over top. Can I get the sides to connect? I'm not sure. Not like I would like it to. So I'm going to have to put a sheet this way and bring these up to it. Is that going to work? Not quite. Another sheet and put this on the diagonal. So can I get all of this to connect? Sort of. I'm going to start with this. The cord is along the side. I think I'm going to add another piece. I'm going to add another piece here, another square here. I'm going to make sure it runs underneath just a little bit. Basically, I feel like I'm making a diaper for the lamb. All 4 points. I'm going to do the same thing here. Tuck this underneath. I just want to make sure it's really well covered. Can you tell? That's my goal, make sure it's really well covered. It's an odd shape, so it requires odd packing. Sometimes I put the tape actually on the bubble wrap, and then I'm going to fold this in and pull that down. Onto the bubble wrap, tucking this in and pulling this down. I'm just going to go ahead and tape it down anywhere that it's sticking up. So this is what I've got so far. It's just all bundled up, and then I'm going to add another layer to this on what I consider to be the bottom. Taping up the sides. And then you can see I have these flaps here. Tape that down. Why I use masking tape. It's inexpensive. I never feel guilty about how much I use of it. It's pretty well bundled, but it's going to rest in more bubble wrap in the box. Let's get a measurement. 14 by 10, highest part 14 by 10 by 7. I have an eBay box that is 16 by 12 by 8. 3 sheets going this direction, 3 sheets the opposite direction. It raise you up a little bit here. Let's see how it fits. Yep. And I still have room to close everything up. Now I want air pillows. All right, let's use some that I made. Put them in on the sides. Put some on the ends. Actually, that is the end with the bottom. So I'm okay with stuffing more bubble wrap down there. I'd rather put the air pillows at the top. Okay, I don't want to build it up too high, rolling this down on itself. Again, I have some scrap bubble wrap that I'm trying to use up. Get it out of here. And then finish with a good layer of bubble wrap. Have I built it up too high? Maybe. Maybe I need to cut this a little bit. Sometimes this is what it takes to make sure that it arrives safely. I mean, these boxes get thrown around and dropped and kicked and who knows what. I don't think they're intentionally rough on things, but at least I choose to believe that they're not intentionally rough. But they do get tossed. Seashell, beach, nautical, those are some of the key words in these next eBay sold comps. And some of them are selling for a lot of money. Yeah, I didn't know seashell items sold for so much. Our sale was a seahorse, but I'm showing you some eBay sold comps of things to be on the lookout for. I just listed these a couple of days ago. This hair is so tiny. It's a music box. Did you know that miniature storybook figurines can sell? Little tiny porcelain or ceramic figurines? Yeah, they do. I just listed these a couple of days ago. These 3 little kittens who lost their mittens. I paid only 50 cents for the 3 little kittens at a garage sale. They're bone china, nursery rhyme, 3 little kittens lost mittens, and they sold on offer for $20 plus ship. What a nice flip. Going to start with some tissue paper. I've got 1 sheet here. Cut it into 3 sections, 3 long pieces. I don't think I'm going to be able to wrap it around each one because they are so tiny. I'm a little concerned that they might actually drop these as they're unwrapping it. So I'm going to take a piece of foam wrap and cut this into 3. 1 long one, 1 not. And I'm going to wrap this in foam wrap. Just bending it over a little bit. I'm just pushing the tape down to make a little pocket. I guess with this, there's no need for the tissue paper. I'm just afraid when they unroll that tissue paper, they might actually drop these. The foam seems a little more stable and a little more protection. Again, folding it over, folding 1 forward and 1 back. It's protection on both sides on this one. And little mama might fold this in on itself. She's a little bigger. I feel a little better about the foam wrap instead of the tissue paper on these. I'm going to box these in this little box. Let's start with some small bubble wrap. Wrap another one up. And the littlest one. Let's see how these fit in here. Okay, pretty good. Going to mark this as top open. This little box is going to get wrapped in some bubble wrap. And I could have put them in a bigger box, but I thought this little box was just right, but too small for the mail. It's pretty good. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to put it in a padded envelope so that it has a space large enough for the label. So it's a box in a bag. I do have to get plenty of tape on here in the flap so that it doesn't get caught in a machine. So I kind of straighten it out and tape it. Okay, it's good. I think you're going to be surprised with some of these miniature porcelain, some might just be ceramic, but porcelain or ceramic storybook figurines, how much they sold for. You wouldn't think, they're so tiny, right? But they can be worth some money. Sometimes we buy things and it's not until we get them home that we find out that they're not working. Like this music box.
Is it what's supposed to be a music box or something?
It's a music box that doesn't work. It's a Lefton Angel. Should be in this section here.
I think it's hiding right back here.
Oh gosh, look at all the stuff you got to move to get to it. I'll take the bird. Move that.
I'll give you the bird.
That doesn't sound very nice. Be careful, watch the head. Yes, it's a beautiful little angel music box and it doesn't work. Don't even try. Don't even try. We've already tested it.
To Tyson from Mommy, it says.
And then the Lefton label. We got 2 Lefton labels. We have one here and it says Lefton 1989 there. But, you know, it's sold. It didn't sell for a whole lot, but then again, it's not working. So I'm good with it. How about you?
We'll take every sale we can get.
That's for sure. Thanks, hon.
You're welcome.
This Lefton porcelain figurine is in excellent condition. It's too bad that the music box doesn't work, but maybe someone has a way to repair that. We've had it for a while. We listed it in 21 and it sold on sale for $17.46 plus ship. Let's pack this fragile figurine. And the first thing I think of is all the fragile areas that I need to protect. And I start with tissue paper from the corner. Elongate it and just start wrapping it around. You know what? I do have these wings that don't have any support on the sides. You know those little pieces we cut off from the pool noodles when I make the little wedge and cut it out? I'm going to use some of those. Might use a few of them. I'm going to put these on either side of the wings. Wouldn't even mind if they were wider. I know I'm going to put the wide side in. I have a wedge that I'm going to put at the praying hands and a wedge that I'm going to put over baby Jesus. That's baby Jesus or just a baby, I'm not sure. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I have these little pieces stuck all over the place. While at the same time, I'm going to try to wrap it with tissue paper. This is when I use regular tape so that it's very easy to take off. I have some 1/3 sheets of tissue paper. Going to wrap this, start wrapping down around the baby. Another 1/3 sheet. Another 1/3 sheet. Might just fold this a few times and tape it over the top. And then a whole sheet. Small bubble wrap, because the small bubble wrap conforms a little bit easier than large. So sometimes I use this before going to the large bubble. So it's about layering and protecting the fragile areas. Fold this in, fold that up. Yes, I'll have to tear off the masking tape, but it's at that point where I need masking tape. I'm not sure if I'm going to lay this down in a box or stand it up. I've got 2 sheets of large 1/2 inch, and you know how this seam is flattened down between the two. I'm going to put a 1/2 sheet there. It's going grounded vantage, so I have to use one of my boxes. That's why I'm debating whether I'm standing it up or not. A little over 6 inches high. I've decided that I want to stand this up for shipping. So I went and grabbed an 8x8x8 eBay box. Therefore, I'm not going to pack it lying on its side. I'm going to pack it standing up. And when I check the height again, I'm within my 8 inches. Not by much, but I am within the 8 inches. Just checking the sides to see how they're going to meet. Folding down and folding up. I'm going to fold the wings together. Fold them in towards each other and tape it. thank you label. I'll get this 8 by 8 by 8 box assembled. Let's just do a check by putting it right beside it. And I don't think I can get air pillows on the top and bottom. Okay, we'll put it inside too. Ooh, it's just gonna make it on the diagonal. And see how much room I have left here. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this to push down in, because that was a tight fit. I wish I had a 9 by 9 by 9, but I don't think I do. No, it's just too thick there. For with one sheet. Tight fit, but it makes it. I'll put air pillows wherever I can, like in the corners. But these two corners are pretty full. I can't do much there. 2 squares, a large 1/2 inch. That's gonna do it. It's good. I have always known about left-in porcelain figurines. I've sold several over the years, but I didn't know that they could also be music boxes. This one isn't, but some are. Here's the eBay sold comps. Small sales can add up. Look how tiny. She's about the same size as my thumb. These 2 bowls really surprised me. This next item is quite small and it didn't sell for a whole lot, but small sales add up too. And we will take all of them. Small sales can add up, and that's the case with this little haul sugar packet holder, sugar sweetener packet. Paid 50 cents for it at a garage sale. And it sold for $10.46 plus ship. Little ceramic sugar packet holder. I'm going to fill the hollow area. Some bubble wrap. And a square of large 1/2 inch bubble. I have a small box that's 7 by 5 by 5. In the box goes 1 square of 12 by 12. Large 1/2 inch bubble. I still need something on top. Let's see if 2 air pillows will work. Yep, it's gonna work great. So let's take a look at eBay sold comps and see what's selling and for how much. Did I say that small things can sell? Like little tiny miniature figurines, animals, you know, cats and dogs? I just listed a little tiny kitten figurine recently, very recently. There she is. Look how tiny. She's about the same size as my thumb. Cute as can be, big eyes. Let's get her packed. Paid 25 cents at a garage sale, and I identified her as Napco mini porcelain flirty kitten with big eyes, and it sold on offer for $12 plus ship. Let's start with some tissue paper. This is just 1/3 of a sheet. Wrap it around. Some regular tape. And I'm going to start with 1/2 sheet of small bubble. Masking tape. With enough bubble wrap, I should be able to ship her in a padded envelope. But I am going to add a piece of cardboard for stability. Just going to cut this. Put it underneath and wrap it. With all these layers, I'm sure she'll be fine in a padded envelope. Got an eBay padded envelope, an air pillow to the side. I don't like these double tape things here. I just cut one of them off. Fold it, making sure we have enough room for the shipping label. And I do add some tape here and here on the sides before we ship it. Here are some eBay sold comps for nap code cats and kittens. This next sale is two little, I don't know what to call them, tiny little saucers perhaps, very shallow saucers. I found them at our local restore and I bought them because they were different. And yes, they were different. These two bowls really surprised me. I mean, really, truly surprised me. I picked them up at Restore and paid $2 for the two of them. All I knew is that they looked unique. I had never seen anything like them before. They say Bavaria, Schumann. I don't know. The price was right and I had never seen them before. After researching the pattern, I discovered they were U.S. Army 16th Infantry Regiment Unit Crest DJ 1st Division. And some of the items, the small items like a pin, lapel pin, were going for a lot of money. So I listed them at $69.95. I did accept an offer of $50 plus ship. I paid $2 and sold them for $50 plus ship. In our book, that's a woohoo! They look almost like ashtrays, but they're not. And they're not quite a plate. And they're not quite a bowl, so I guess I'll call them saucers. And we have two to pack, so let's see what we can do here. Let's start with some foam. I typically like to separate my plates with styrofoam, but I wasn't sure if this would conform or not. I think it will now that I have the foam around them. So I'm going to put one plate between them. Small bubble. Stretch wrap the two together so they can't move. Not too much pressure. That way they can't shift during shipment. Thinking about what size box I want to use. They're going ground advantage. They're right at 6 inches right now, but they're not going to be at 6 inches by the time I get some large bubble. And you can see this isn't going to reach. So take another sheet. And this time I'm making it 1/3, 2/3, and I'm going to use the 2/3 wide section over the top so I can bring this up to it and tape it. Now I have an odd size. I mean, I have 8-inch boxes, but they're 8 by 8 by 8. I have an Amazon box that I can recycle, but I don't like to use it this way. I don't like all that lettering. I don't like it saying Prime all over the place, so we're going to open this up. Find the seam where the box is glued. Reverse it. Tape this together. I should probably have some glue, but I never have any glue handy. But I've done okay with taping. I'm going to tape it a couple of directions. I'm even going to tape it from the inside. Can't see this, but putting some tape on the inside. This is the bottom. This was the top. Align it. Box feels a little bit thin. You know, it has been through the mail once already. Still corrugated, but it just feels a little bit thin. It's only a 26 pound. It's not a 32 like I normally like to use. Test fit. I'm going to beef this cardboard box up a little bit by adding some cardboard to the bottom. Oh, it's not going to fit. Maybe this direction. Make it fit. That will give it some stability. 2 sheets of large 1/2-inch bubble wrap. I just have to be able to get this closed. It's getting more challenging. If you need some air pillows to the side or bubble wrap, I'm going to do this. Cut this sheet and fold it in half. Can I get this closed? Believe it or not, I'm going to cut some of this off so that I can roll this down. Let's put some small on top and another piece of cardboard to reduce the impact. I know the bubble wrap will give on the bottom, so I'm giving it a little bit of pressure. That was easier than I thought, and it was a really nice sale. And here are some eBay sold comps. Not for the same thing, because I couldn't find the same thing. Maybe I could have got more money for what I had, but still, it's as close as I can get for eBay sold comps. Check out my other videos for brass and glass, and I'm working on one for wood. I'm working on lots of videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with avanteavenue, and Mark and I will see you soon. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe.